Handlebars are one of the components on your bike that can change the way that your bike rides for the worse, or after this video, for the better. Finding the right type of handlebars for your style of riding is crucial for determining whether you'll enjoy riding your bike or not. In this video, we'll take a look at the 3 most popular types of handlebars that fixed riders use for the streets. First, we'll take a look at the pros and cons of each type of handlebar. Second, we'll take a look at the dimensions that you should keep in mind when you're shopping around. And third, my personal recommendations for each type of handlebar. Ride them wide, ride them narrow, or ride them just right. Risers, straight bars, and flat bars are a great choice for tearing up the streets. First, let's talk about the pros of risers, flat bars, and straight bars. Probably the biggest pro for risers is that they are nice and upright and give a nice and comfortable position. This type of handlebar is what most people are accustomed to and are great for beginners. And this upright position also lets you open up your chest cavity and breathe, which is nice because air is generally a thing that people like. You can ride your risers wide or narrow, and they each have their pros and cons. If you ride them narrow, you don't have that breathability with a wider stance, but this allows you to get into tight spaces and in between cars more easily, and it's also a little bit more aerodynamic. If you ride wide risers, you won't be able to get into those tight spaces, but you will have more leverage for climbing, more breathability, and more comfort. If you're somebody who never leaves home without the kitchen sink, risers have got your back because there are plenty of room for accessories from bells, lights, cycling computers, and cup holders so you can have your morning cup of joe on your commute. Now, the downfall of risers is that they have very limited hand positions. I would consider it to just be one position, but if you consider this to be an additional hand position, then there's 2. Because of the lack of hand positions, you can easily get uncomfortable after about 20 miles of riding. And a lot of people say that it hurts their wrists after a couple of hours of pedaling in the saddle. And also, risers aren't the most aerodynamic, so you will struggle against headwinds. Now, for all you bike nerds out there that like to get lost in the details, here are the dimensions of risers, flat bars, and straight bars that you should keep in mind. First up is the width. Most risers, flat bars, and straight bars will come really wide straight from the manufacturer. That's because they want you to cut it down to a width that you like. Rise is simply how much rise is in the handlebars up from the clamp area. More rise means that you'll be sitting in a more upright position, which generally is more comfortable, but is less aerodynamic. And there's lots of different types of risers out there, from low to medium to high rise risers, or if you don't want any rise at all, you can get flat bars or straight bars. The third dimension is the upsweep, which is simply the angle that the bar bends upward, and then there is the back sweep, which is the angle that the bar bends back towards you. So these are the dimensions that you should keep in mind. The best way to find out what dimensions work best for you is simply to just try out a lot of different handlebars. Risers are nice for people who want a nice and upright position, and they're also great for beginners because they give you a lot of control and stability over your bike. My recommendation is the Easton Monkey Bar EA70. This is a really popular handlebar in the fixed gear community, and chances are you'll probably like it too. They'll usually pump up on eBay for around $20, so buy them wide, cut them down, and enjoy. If you're somebody who likes to grab life by the horns, bullhorns or pursuit bars may be the right choice for you. Bullhorns and pursuit bars give an additional hand position over risers, and that is in the horns position. In my opinion, the in the horns position is the best for any type of handlebar for climbing because it puts a lot of your weight over the front wheel, making it a little bit easier to spin the back wheel. This position is also reasonably aerodynamic and will be good for most of your riding needs. Although they have okay aerodynamics, they are not great for headwinds. You can crouch and bend your elbows to get in a slightly more aerodynamic position, but you can only get so low with the bullhorns. Now onto the dimensions. Like any other type of handlebar, there is the width, and I will explain how to get the correct width handlebar later. The second dimension is the drop. Pursuit bars, in contrast with bullhorns, have a drop in the horn position to allow you to get lower and more aerodynamic. And something else to keep in mind is because bullhorns and pursuit bars have so much reach, you'll probably need to get a shorter stem to make them fit correctly. Bullhorns are really great if you need that extra leverage and extra weight over your front wheel to do a lot of climbing, or if you just want to whip out some sick, nasty, really long skids. They're reasonably aerodynamic for most of your riding needs on the street, but if you want to get more aero, they are capable of taking aero bars if you're into that. My recommendation is to pick up the Fyxation Rodeo Pursuit or Bullhorns for around $25, and this will be a solid baseline if you want to get into bullhorns or pursuit bars. The next type of handlebar is probably the most popular out of the 3 that we mentioned here, and of course, that is the drop bar. The drop bar has the most hand positions out of the 3, and they're all pretty useful, and I'll hand it off to Blue Shirt Zach to show you the different positions on the drop bars. So on drop bars, there's really 4 main hand positions. You have the tops, the corners, the hoods, and of course the drops. And the tops are mostly for casual riding, just if you're pedaling along or if you're climbing and you want to be upright and have that breathability. And the corners is just kind of like an in-between position between the tops and the hoods. And the hoods is where you're going to be doing most of your riding. Semi-aerodynamic and is comfortable enough, and it's kind of a nice middle ground, and most of your riding will be done here. This position right here is very similar to the bullhorn position. And moving down to the drops, this is the try-hard position. If you're in it, some roadies will try to race you. This is the most aerodynamic position, and it'll allow you to really slip through those headwinds, and it's also the most biomechanically efficient. So if you want to show off your rippling leg muscles, you would go try hard in the drops and start sprinting. Thanks, Blue Shirt Zach. As you can see, all the hand positions are pretty useful, and this makes the handlebar really versatile. Drop bars support any position from casual riding to try-harding and anywhere in between, but they aren't perfect. They do have limited space on the tops for accessories, and if you're all about that basket life like me, it will be a tight fit if it fits at all. And because drop bars are so popular, there's approximately 80 bajillion different types of drop bars, making finding the right one for you really difficult. But don't worry, I got your back with some rock solid recommendations. Moving on to the dimensions, of course there's the width, and you'll have to get the correct width. I will explain that soon. Second is the reach, which is how far forward the handlebars put you. Most drop bars will have around 80 millimeters of reach, which is nice enough for most people. Now the drop is how deep that drop section is, and this is a really important measurement, because if you get drops that are too deep, you're probably not going to be riding in them at all. Standard road drops have around 140 millimeters of drop, which is a nice place to start. The last dimension for drop bars is the bend. Because drop bars are so popular, there are so many different types of bends. You've got the standard road bend, you've got the compact bend, you've got the anatomic bend, you've got the track bend, you've got the extra wide, you've got the chocolate vanilla swirl bend. All the choices gets pretty annoying because ain't nobody got time or money to try out all those handlebars. Because of that, I'll give you a solid recommendation. Trust me when I say this, compact drop bars are the bee's knees, the cat's pajamas, and will transform the way that your bike rides for the better. Compact drop bars have a shallower drop than other types of drops, and I find that this gives me enough comfortability to ride for extended periods of time in the drops, giving me aerodynamics while maintaining decent visibility. The best drop bars are ones where you'll actually ride in the drops, and compact drop bars allow you to do just that. If you're looking for a reasonably cheap pair of compact drop bars, check out the Soma Highway 1. They're beautifully finished, have a nice and gentle sweep to them, and are around $40 to $50. And they come in clamp sizes from 26.0 all the way up to 31.8. But of course, you're not going to enjoy your handlebars unless they fit correctly. Width is a really important measurement to keep in mind when you're buying handlebars. As a general rule of thumb, stand up straight and measure the distance between your shoulders. Measure from bony protrusion number 1 to bony protrusion number 2, and this distance will correspond with the width of handlebars that you should buy. And yes, bony protrusion is the correct medical term. If you're unsure after measuring which handlebar size you should get, err on the side of getting wider handlebars, because narrow ones will just not be comfortable at all, whereas wide ones you'll just not be as aerodynamic. The second dimension that you should keep in mind is the clamp size of your stem. Most complete bikes come with a 25.4 millimeter diameter clamp size stem. Some will come with a 26.0, and if you have 31.8, you'll know if you have 31.8 because it's huge. If you get the wrong size diameter handlebars for your clamp size, your handlebars will either not fit or you'll damage your stem, which is not fun. You can measure your handlebar diameter and effectively your clamp size by looping a piece of string around your handlebars and then measuring it. If your handlebar diameter is smaller than your stem's clamp size diameter, then you could get shims to remedy that problem, which are in the description. And if you're changing handlebars, you might have to change out your stem anyway depending on the reach. This is particularly true with pursuits and bullhorns. So there you have it. Those are the pros and cons of risers, bullhorns, and drops, the 3 most popular handlebar types that fixed riders use on the streets. What type of handlebars do you ride? What do you like about them? What don't you like about them? Let's get a discussion going on in the comments. If you're interested in having your bike featured on the channel, I am starting a new show very soon called Fixie Points, where you'll send in pictures of your bike and I will judge them and arbitrarily award Fixie Points. If you want to have your bike featured on the channel, Send me some pictures to the email below. And if you're new to the channel and you liked this video and you want more videos just like this one, hit that subscribe button so you won't just be a rider, but you will become a subscriber. And if you never want to miss a video again, hit that bell icon so you can join the notification squad and be alerted right when I upload the video so you can finally be the one to comment first. And if you've already ridden your bike today, why don't you reward yourself for a job well done by watching another video? If you haven't ridden your bike yet today, stop watching me right now and get out there and ride your bike. And until next time, I will see you all in the next video.